Alright, today I'm going to be talking about, well, it's a bit controversial, but it's true. I've done a bit of research, and, I'm going to be doing a video on how to fix North Korea. Now, this is more of a video for North Korea. Like, someone there could watch it, but I doubt they're going to watch it since they think their nation is perfect. But really, there's a lot of problems with it, and I'm going to be explaining how to fix them. Anyways, the first problem is the biggest one. I'm also going to be going. I can't speak. I'm also going to be going over the good things with North Korea. There's a few of those. But anyways, there's a lot of bad things, and the first one is North Korea is spending way too much on its military. If North Korea could stop spending so much on its military and put a little bit of money towards the people for food and infrastructure and uh, overall just economic things for that, and just lower the military spending a bit, they could easily fix their food problems. North Korea also had a major economic collapse in the 90s, so it really just doesn't make sense having this big of a military, because they have to spend a lot to keep it well maintained. And though they have a massive nuclear arsenal too, which also costs a lot to maintain, so if North Korea just took a lot out of its military spending, put it towards the education, repairing of infrastructure, and food production, they could probably um, fix the famines that have been going on there. Also, North Korea has a real issue with diplomacy. So far, they think that they're one of the most powerful nations in the world, and they pretty much sort of are. They have a really great military. Um, it's also technologically advanced. They have a decent navy and a large um, nuclear arsenal. So yes, they sort of can make threats like this, but that's not going to be good since they're starving. Their people are starving, and then some places their infrastructure really sucks. So maybe if they just try to work out diplomacy with other states, they could maybe get assistance from them, and then they could maybe keep their great military. Although they might not get assistance, but they might. Anyways, another problem with North Korea is, well, the was North Korean state was made. Actually, you know what? I'll do a history of it on North Korea soon, and I'll explain that in this one. But another problem with North Korea is it acts a lot like the Soviet Union. It tries to make up um, for its people's losses with a giant military, and its military is pretty big, and it is quite strong. But overall, they're not the Soviet Union. They're nowhere near the size of the Soviet Union, and there's no chance they'll really ever be the Soviet Union. So they should just give up on that. Anyways, this is time for the good things about North Korea. North Korea is in a weird position right now. Basically everything around it hates it, except for the big state north of it, which is China. Um, China and North Korea are both communist, so they're allies by their ideology. And China has been supplying much of its economics, and it's been giving North Korea assistance with its infrastructure and lacking of food. So they have one thing going for them. At least they have a big ally north of them. And another thing about North Korea, this isn't really, it sort of is a bad thing, but yeah, it's another bad thing. Um, if North Korea does ally with the USA, it's likely going to get invaded by China, because China does not want the USA's influence in their area. China right now has a bit of a monopoly with influence right now. They have a lot of influence over Africa, and they're beginning to get their influence in Europe. And they'd hate it if the USA tried getting a country under their influence in Asia. Um, what else? Yeah, basically, in order to fix North Korea, the leader could probably do this, but um, just lower the military by a lot. They could keep a military, but they really also, well, they sort of don't actually need the military that much because, well, they have a demilitarized zone south of them, which none of them can go past. So South Korea probably isn't going to invade. America invading there would be impossible. Even if America did invade and North Korea had lowered its military, China would not let that happen. So, yeah, they're basically protected by China, and they don't need this big military. They could just sort of get rid of a lot of it. They'd probably like to have a bit of it because it gives them a sense of pride having them, a pretty nice military. But overall, if they just lowered the military, they can increase food production, industry, and fix the infrastructure, and maybe tackle the famines. Oh, what else was I about to say? I think North Korea should strive, though, for unification. It'd be so easy to work towards it, too. Anyways, they should work towards unification, and maybe North Korea could have a little bit of influence over the unified Korean state, and maybe the Kim dynasty could rule it, although I doubt that South Korea would want that. South Korea really is the one that doesn't want unification. A lot of North Koreans would love unification because of the economic benefits it would have, but North Korea's infrastructure is pretty bad, and paying to repair that would cost a lot. And that's really why South Korea doesn't want to do that, because South Korea's economy is great, but they don't want to unify because they don't want to pay for North Korea's infrastructure. It would cost a lot, but North Korea could quite easily repair it if they just lowered their military. Um, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this video off. North Korea got some good things to it, got mostly bad things. If North Korea is watching this video, please lower your military and stop making so many nuclear threats. Even if North Korea went the nuclear option and decided to start nuking other states, they would get nuked pretty easily as well, because the USA could easily just destroy them. I bet Russia would too, and China would probably pull the plug on North Korea and invade them. So really, if North Korea does the nuclear option, they're not gonna live. They'd basically just be ending the world. Or maybe not end it, but make it close to the end. So yeah, this is my video on how to fix North Korea, and yeah, I'm cutting it off. Alright, bye.